Hello, everybody. Hello. So I wanted to bring this broadcast to y'all like right now. Right now. Oh, Lord help us. Lord help us. So we have a lot of military movement right now. Too much. Too much. The USS Gerald Ford, as we all know, the aircraft carrier, which is the world's biggest aircraft carrier, is there. It has 5,000 sailors, 90 aircrafts, including F-18, Super Hornet jets, F-35s, A-10s, E-2 Hawkeyes, and now the Dwight D. Eisenhower carrier is there. We are we have so much military in the prime range of Israel is that this is not good in any way, shape, or form. We have moved more firepower to the Middle East to deter Iran from starting WW3 with 13 warships, over 100 fighter jets, cruise missiles, spy planes, and 2,000 special forces massing in the region as we speak. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been prepping. We have been getting ready for this. And I want to say to each and every one of you, this is the time that we all need to get our shit in order because with this happening, the US sending two more aircraft carriers, including the world's largest. The United States is amassing a war machine in the Middle East is a clear message they're saying to Iran to stay on the sidelines as Israel prepares to launch a ground invasion into Gaza to destroy the terror group Hamas. Within hours of the horrific onslaught on Israel on October 7th, the U.S. began moving the warships. But now we have special forces in the region, jets, two aircraft carriers, and many more aircraft, including F 15s, 16s, fighter jet squadrons, have been dispatched to the U.S. military bases in that region, doubling, doubling, folks, the number available in the Persian Gulf. Flights under that, folks. Oops, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm bringing this to us as quick as possible because I really think that the final chess pieces are being put into place. And with that happening, if there is anything that you need to do it immediately. No more time to waste. They are showing that there's three F-18 Super Hornets that are flying in formation over the Gerald R. Ford. They are on the ground. 2,000 U.S. Marines trained in special operations and amphibious landings have also been redirected from an exercise in Kuwait and now are on board two warships somewhere off the coast of Bahrain. The Pentagon is also preparing an additional 2,000 Army and Air Force personnel as a potential rapid response force. It does reflect major concern in Washington that Hezbollah, the Lebanon based terrorist group, or Iran itself, could escalate the crisis into an even more devastating regional conflict. Yes, exactly, dreaded seeker. We are setting ducks here in the United States. We are, folks, we're setting ducks as everything has went to Iran and now it's going to Israel, and we are open borders north and south. Jeez, Lord help us, folks. The USS Gerald Ford has just completed an exercise with the Italian Navy before being directed to Israel. It has a crew of 5,000 and carriers 90 warplanes. The F-18 was one of my favorite planes to be around, and I'll tell you what, it's badass. But the thing is, the carrier also has a nuclear reactor with an arsenal of weapons like Evolved Sea Sparrow missiles from the Mk-15 Phoenix close-in weapon system, which is used to fire armor-piercing bullets. So we also have the F-35A Lightning II fighter jets that are flying along these amphibious assault ship, the USS Baton, in the Gulf of Oman amid rising tensions with Iran. We have the U.S. Marines on the move in the Middle East after cutting short the exercise in Kuwait. We have a Hawkeye spy plane, which was launched from the flight deck of the world's largest aircraft carrier, the Gerald R. Ford. 5 support ships, including destroyers, are armed with Tomahawk cruise missiles and Provision laser guided missiles and bombs, surface to air, surface to surface, and anti sub weaponry. A second aircraft, the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower, will arrive in the eastern Mediterranean in about 1 week, also accompanied by 4 other warships. The carrier, also known as the Ike, has 5,000 sailors and can bring up to 9 squadrons of aircraft, including fighter jets and helicopters. Its E-2 Hawkeye spy planes will be able to provide early warnings of any missile launches, conduct surveillance, and detect Iranian aircraft. The aircraft carriers can also be used as bases, folks, from which to conduct information warfare. Much of the U.S. operation would be expected to be coordinated from the forward HQ of the U.S. Central Command at the UDIDE Air Base in Qatar, the largest U.S. base in the Middle East. I want to show you this real quick. Hold on 1 minute. Let me pull it up. You may not be able to see me. You should still be able to hear me. I'm going to see if I can make me smaller. I don't know if I can do that with that as a background. Okay, no. I'm going to have to put it as an overlay. Hold on 1 minute. I want you to see what I pulled up about the commotion that is absolutely erupting over there. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that, folks. I put it in the wrong spot. Okay. Now you can see it. So you can see, folks. And the thing that really concerns me that we need to think about is that one, right? We are sitting too close to the frickin' shore. We are sitting way, way too close to the shores of Jordan and Israel. Iran is threatening, yes, they are RCX, they are threatening a strike. I think that it's going to be some big shit that happens, right? Real quick. They may drag it out, or somebody may try to drag it out for the next 3 to 5 days until the other carrier and warships get there. But, folks, this is the time that we've all known was coming. So I want to say your son was in Syria, now in Kuwait. Ah, geez, Vermont. You folks, I mean, this is the reality of war. Can somebody give me a 10 by 10 that you can hear me? Can you hear me, dragonflies? Okay. This is what we've been talking about for almost 3 years on this channel. That this day was coming. We all knew it. We all felt it. We felt this uneasy feeling. So now is the time to go and fill in your blanks. Spend a little bit of money. Fill in your blanks, because when this breaks out, folks, we are not going to have the opportunity to backstep. We are not going to have the opportunity to say, oh my God, I forgot to get this for first aid. Oh my God, I forgot to get that. And most of all, folks, we are a very faith based channel. Pray it up, because we're about to lose a lot of good men and women because of this that's going to erupt. And I, being prior Navy, I hate to see this shit happening again. I think that each and every one of us probably feels the same. The other thing that'll probably happen very quickly is that as soon as some of these casualties come in from this conflict, folks, they will call in the draft. I can't tell you what to do. If you have a son or a daughter that is draft age, I know that they are actually asking older military personnel to come back. And these are folks like my age. Okay, I'm too freaking old to be going back into the military. But they are actually asking people in their 40s and 50s to come back. This is the situation that we're in. I want to say to each and every one of you, our time is probably short on how long we're going to be on the net, because the first thing they're going to hit is our infrastructure to take us to the ground. I don't believe that once this situation escalates, that we're going to be able to be on the net or be on most comms. They're going to go down. And I hear you. And we're going to have to. Yep. Yep. And I agree with you, Dreaded. I think that the things that we're seeing is not going to escalate the way that we think it will. I think that it is going to escalate into a very, very bad situation. But what personally believe is that it's going to come right here while we're all setting ducks, while all of our munitions are in Ukraine, all of our warships and military are in Israel, and that we're moving more and more to these locations. All we need, and there's a big article about this, that the United States could stand up against one. The United States might have a great chance at two. But if there's three or four involved, that we will get attacked from every angle. And we have to think about that every angle. So it's not going to just occur over there, right? And that's something very important to think about. There was actually a Chinese article written about this over 35, 40 years ago, and that the only way to bring the United States down was to stress us to the max. And I think the stress is upon us. And I think they are pulling us in every direction to see how we'll react. And I think we've fallen right into a very dangerous, dangerous trap. And that trap is going to affect each and every one of us. I believe that you're right, Vermont, but not only on the East Coast. For how many years have we been talking about what could possibly be in Canada? And there's confirmation of that. How many years have I been talking about the West Coast and Club K? Get ready in every possible way. Have your mag prepared to go. And I mean, when I say go, I'm talking battle at our front doors, battles in our communities. The enemy is definitely within our own borders. And with the influx of the southern border, they just ramped it up another notch. That's all they've done. They are ready to fight us on our own land. They are ready to strike in our own land. And we are already seeing one catastrophe after the other, folks. I want to say this to each and every one of you. Over the last 3 years, many of you have become like my brothers, my sisters, and my aunts that are a pain in the ass. But I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I love y'all. We got this. Prepare yourselves for a freaking long haul and prepare yourself that it could come right to you if you're in an urban or a rural setting. Don't get caught off guard. Don't get your face in the black screen and be taken out as easy prey, because that is where we're at. I want to say to each and every one of you, hold on to your second. No matter what you got to do, hold on to your second. And Country Prepper, you have been a pain in the ass since day one, but I'm glad you're still here, and I'm glad that all of you are still here. May God bless America. May God bless the United States, and may God bless each and every one of you today. We're in this together. Remember that. Reach out to people you know. Get to know your neighbors. And remember this most of all, hold the line in everything we do from this point forward. There's no being slithery or wimpy or wallowing in your bullshit and your complaining. Each and every one of us has a part to play, and that's why we're here in this time and in this place, because we're not watchers, we're doers. God bless you. God bless the USA. And don't be a watcher, be a doer. But right now, right here, on October 18th, 2023, it is time to rise up and stand for what you believe in and stand for our motherland where we were born and where we were raised, and do the dang thing on a daily basis, whatever that means to you. May God bless and hold you each dear, and know that big prepper hugs are always coming at you no matter what happens. Rise up now, folks.
up, I've tried to tell you this 100 times. Not getting better by lying there pretending to cry. You on repeat, you can see shit cause you have closed your eyes. You say you listen, but you're missing what it's all about. Rise up now. If you never fall, you don't change at all. Cry out now. Have you given up? I will never stop, yeah. I try to help you, but you keep reading between the lines. There's nothing there for you to complicate, we're not aligned. You say you listen, but guessing that's just another sign. Not growing up, you're growing old, your life keep passing by. Rise up now. If you never fall, you don't change at all. Cry out now. Have you given up? I will never stop, yeah. Now if you break it, I can take it, I don't need a prize. Leave out the fact that I am up against 1,000 guys. My intuition efficient cause I can use my mind. Don't try to tell me how it's done, you haven't done